Straight ahead on 12 News, the Northwest Metro's booming med tech industry will have details on a Plymouth company's expansion plans. Plus, a Brooklyn Center lawmaker's controversial proposal that impacts patients who are terminally ill. But first, a busy street in Brooklyn Park turns into a fatal accident scene. 12 News starts right now. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. A Brooklyn Park woman is dead after she was hit by a car.
The accident happened around 6:30 Wednesday morning near the intersection of 85th and Adair Avenues. Reporter Sonia Goins has more on the investigation.
First, I heard the commotion, the tire screeching.
This man didn't want to be identified, but he heard all the commotion and went outside to see what was going on.
Right here. Exactly right here.
Police say the 55-year-old woman was trying to cross 85th Avenue when she was hit.
And I just noticed someone's feet was out, but her body was covered.
The 65-year-old driver was heading westbound on 85th when the accident happened.
As she was crossing, for some reason, she crossed right in the path of this vehicle that was driving westbound. And that's when she was struck.
Police don't think speed was a factor.
Pedestrians really have to be looking both ways, making sure the traffic is clear.
Authorities say it was dark at the time, and the woman was wearing dark clothing.
Oh, it's real dangerous.
Chris Simmons lives in the area. He's not surprised someone was hit.
The way they drive, I mean, I couldn't even count how many times I almost got hit by cars around here. It really concerns me.
There is no marked crosswalk or light where the lady was trying to cross.
And this is like a highway. Sometimes it takes you 5 minutes to just get across the street.
Some people think there should be some more safety measures put in place.
Maybe we need to do something to prevent something like this happening next time. And the best way to do that is probably put another light here.
One driver did stop, but he took off as soon as the cops got on the scene. Police would like to talk with him or any other people who might have witnessed the crash. If you have any information, give them a call. In Brooklyn Park, Sonia Goins, 12 News.
Police say it appears to be a tragic accident. They say the driver stopped and is cooperating. They don't believe the driver will be charged.
Police in St. Paul have identified the pedestrian killed crossing a street there as a 24-year-old Crystal woman. Shelby Kokesh was crossing Kellogg Boulevard Tuesday night with her mother when both were struck by an SUV. The mother, identified as 64-year-old Teresa Kokesh, is hospitalized in good condition. The pair were in a crosswalk when they were hit. The driver stopped and is cooperating with police. St. Paul police say this year pedestrians have been hit by vehicles an average of once every 2 days. In Maple Grove, police are investigating a possible burglary at a school. Police received a report of suspicious activity on the roof of Ave Maria Academy, a pre-K through 8th grade Catholic school. Authorities found spray painting on the roof. They also discovered a latch open on the roof that could gain access inside the school. There's no report of damage inside the school, but investigators are working to find out if anything was stolen. Medical-related news is becoming commonplace in Plymouth these days.
That was the case again today as the city had more good news in the med tech profession. Eric Nelson joins us now with more on that. Hi, Eric.
Hey, Shannon and Mike. It was a day of celebration for Monteris Medical. Monteris opened a new 17,000 square foot facility in Plymouth, roughly 2 miles from its previous headquarters in the same city. Plymouth officials are thrilled about this news.
And we hear continuously the same things over and over again. We like to be here because other med tech companies are here. They appreciate our infrastructure. They appreciate our low taxes. They appreciate our quality workforce. We have a really well-educated workforce, not to mention a great quality of life.
There was a ribbon-cutting ceremony and plenty of smiles at Monteris as the new building was christened. Monteris creates neurosurgical technology that allows doctors to treat brain lesions and tumors with lethal heat. Monteris is one of 130 medical-related companies located in Plymouth. The city has morphed into a med tech hub and is nationally known around the U.S.
The Twin Cities area, and maybe particularly Plymouth, is one of the best places for a company of our size to scale a high-tech business. We have really the entire environment and ecosystem of talent, suppliers, and everything you can imagine within just a few miles of here.
Now, Monteris Medical is a privately owned company. Plymouth officials say that Monteris has over 30 job openings created by the relocation, and those are expected to increase. Shannon and Mike?
All right, Eric, thank you very much. At the state capitol, a controversial bill that would allow terminally ill people to end their own lives with a prescribed drug.
Senator Chris Eaton of Brooklyn Center drafted the legislation known as the Compassionate Care Act. As Delane Cleveland reports, the bill is drawing interest from supporters and opponents beyond Minnesota's borders.
An individual who is facing their end of life, it's chaos.
Wednesday morning at the Capitol,
no one likes to look at their mortality. We're all going to die someday.
Senator Chris Eaton joined state lawmakers and right-to-die advocates to garner support for a bill that would allow terminally ill patients with less than 6 months to live to ask for a medication that would end their lives.
A terminally ill individual is the only person, is the perfect person to make the decisions regarding how their final few days will play out.
Dan Diaz and his family made national news 2 years ago when his wife, Brittany Maynard, became the face of the Aid in Dying movement after she was diagnosed with terminal cancer.
My wife, Brittany, died on November 1st of 2014. We had to leave our home in California and move to Oregon so that she could access medical aid in dying.
Since her death, Diaz has been on a quest to help get similar legislation passed in other states.
Minnesotans deserve to have that little bit of control so that they don't have to suffer needlessly at their end of life.
Hundreds of people ask questions.
The bill received a Senate committee hearing and it had plenty of opposition.
I hope that the bill is killed.
Registered nurse Kathy Ware has a 21-year-old son with disabilities, and she thinks the bill undermines the value of his life.
If you look at Oregon and the top 5 reasons people are requesting a doctor's prescription to commit suicide, it's because they're becoming a person with disabilities, basically. In a nutshell.
Bill supporters tried to refute those claims.
Suicide is an act committed by a person who wants to die. My wife wanted to live. The brain tumor is what was killing her, and of that she could not control.
When Senator Eaton was asked this morning whether she thinks the bill will make progress during the session, she said that she does not expect it to be heard in the House, and she anticipates she'll need to continue the conversation across Minnesota. Mike and Shannon, for people who are interested in reading the details of the bill, we have that on our website at 12.tv.
All right, thank you, Delane.
Interesting debate. Thank you.
Indeed, yep.
A local lawmaker who represents a portion of Plymouth is proposing legislation to help with student debt, and it appears to have some bipartisan support. A bill introduced by Representative John Applebaum would create a tax credit of up to $5,000 on state income taxes. It would apply to any Minnesotan who attended post-secondary education. Income limits would apply, $65,000 for single filers or $130,000 for those filing jointly. Applebaum says the budget surplus could be used to help pay for the tax credit.
A Crystal woman and her son took action when they saw a situation that just didn't seem right. Jennifer Auger and her 9-year-old son Cameron were honored during the Crystal City Council meeting Tuesday night. They were driving home in the area of 36th and Winnetka last December when they saw a woman trying to walk away from a car that was slowly following her.
You often hear law enforcement agencies asking for the public to be our eyes and ears and report suspicious behavior. On December 20th, 2015, Jennifer and Cameron took the important step of making that 911 call after seeing something that, in Jennifer's words, quote, just didn't feel right.
It turns out the woman was a victim of domestic abuse and the man in the car was prohibited from contacting her. He was arrested, and Jennifer and Cameron received the Crystal Police Chief's Action Award for taking action. Coming up, we're headed to New Hope to get money-saving fashion tips for our wardrobes.
And then later in sports, the Maranatha Christian Academy girls basketball team is back in the state tournament. We'll hear from the Mustangs.
But first, cloudy and chilly on Thursday with a chance for light rain in the afternoon and evening.
The push toward living with less is moving toward your closet.
Spending less and dressing simply are fueling the trend of creating so-called capsule wardrobes, particularly for women. Today we talked to a stylist about what a capsule wardrobe is and how it saves you money.
All of these things, for the most part, are very mix and matchable.
How many outfits could you create out of just 40 pieces of clothing?
This isn't about, the latest, greatest trends. It's about really timeless pieces, but pieces that epitomize your personal style and things that are workable for your lifestyle.
Stylist Laura Madden is talking about a capsule wardrobe.
This is gaining huge popularity. I think it's kind of because it's giving people more money, more time, more space, more energy.
Laura met us at Arcs Value Village in New Hope to show us how to create one, starting with cleaning out your closet.
Edit it down to a select number of pieces, again, anywhere between 10 and 40 pieces that you really wear.
And this week is the perfect time for spring cleaning because it's donation week at all Arcs Value Village stores.
If you bring in a donation of a bag or more of clothing or household goods, you will get a 20% off coupon with your tax receipt. Good for future purchases in the store.
With a pared down closet, you determine the best ways to mix and match outfits.
There are no rules, which is really fun, but the point is all of the items are more or less mix and matchable.
Then add accessories to match your style and the season.
It's an opportunity to show a little more of your personality, a little more character.
Traditionally, people change up their capsules each season.
You're editing down, so you really are saving money because you're only buying a select number of pieces.
The idea is to make choosing an outfit simple and wear only what you love.
So much variety, you can really get clear on what your style is and really curate that perfect capsule wardrobe for you.
Laura also says to consider getting the items you keep in your capsule tailored so the pieces you have will fit you well. And it's worth noting that reward shoppers at Arcs Value Village also get bonus points for shopping there this week. Good tips there, but I think most of it is for women. I think men already capsule shop already. You mix and match the smaller wardrobe.
3 shirts a
so
week.
We could take a few lessons, I guess.
Yeah.
Coming up, helping parents get more comfortable with the uncomfortable.
But first, after winning a state championship, a Hopkins basketball star earns a top individual honor. John Jacobson has that next.
The Hopkins boys basketball team capped off a 31-1 season with a state Class 4A championship last Saturday night. The Royals' top player now has a great individual honor to go along with it. Number 13, Amir Coffey was named Mr. Basketball for 2016. Coffey averaged a team-high 18.5 points, nearly 7 rebounds per game, while also leading the team in assists. Coffey missed almost his entire junior year with an ACL tear. The first-team All-State guard was also named to the All-Tournament team in state and will play next year at the University of Minnesota. Amir Coffey is just one of the athletes you'll likely see next week on our Sports Jam show when Jay Wilcox and I name the 2016 All-Area teams in boys and girls basketball and hockey. Sports Jam airs Monday through Wednesday at 3:30, 6:30, and 9:30 p.m. here on Channel 12. The Hopkins girls basketball team tips off Thursday evening in the semifinals of the Class 4A tournament. The Royals are now 28-2 following an 81-69 win over Park Center Tuesday morning. Ashley Bates scored 30 points and Nia Holly added 21 for Hopkins. Next up is Eastview, a team Hopkins beat in late December at the St. Olaf Invitational. The tournament also shifts to Williams Arena for the semifinals and championship game. It's definitely a different feeling from playing at the Target Center.
I would say it's different because here it's brighter and there it's more dim and everything, but the rise is definitely different.
That court's very bouncy, so it's a good court. It's also kind of dark. You kind of get scared of falling off the edge a lot of the time, but it opens it up. It's just a lot. It's a different feeling, so hopefully we can adjust pretty quickly when we get there.
Williams Arena is a historical place. I kind of consider it the Wrigley Field of basketball around here. It's a fun place to play. You know, whatever happens at this point, we're going to get to play on March 19th, and we always said, you know, our goal is to be, whether it's for third place or first place, we get to play to the last day. And hopefully, you know, it goes well. If it doesn't, you know what, we still get to play on Saturday, and we're looking forward to it.
Tip-off for the Hopkins Eastview game is just after 6 p.m. Thursday. In the smallest class, Brooklyn Park's Maranatha Christian Academy is shooting for the Class A girls basketball championship. Mustangs are in the state tournament for a 7th consecutive season. They have tournament experience, and they also know about pressure games. After 2 regular season wins over Leicester Prairie, Maranatha was pushed to the limit by the same club in the Section 4A championship, ultimately pulling out a 3-point win.
just all the doubt of hearing that we won't be able to make it and not this year, like just like winning that game just meant so much to me, and I was so happy.
I just feel like when we're in that game setting, like our focus is on it and on pushing the ball. And so when it was done, I could kind of finally take that deep breath and be like, wow, like thank you God. Like, yeah, it was a step back moment, and it was like, I feel like we really earned it.
Maranatha's strong reputation and strength of schedule helped them earn the number 3 seed in Class A behind Goodhue and Mountain Iron Buell. Mustangs will take on a Southwest Minnesota Christian team that sports a 27-1 record into the quarterfinals.
Looks like a solid team. Seen them on tape now. They do like to press and get up and down the floor. You'll see a little bit of a 2-3 from them and probably a little bit of a 1-2-2 full court press.
Yeah, that makes me really excited because that's what we do a lot. We love to run, and having a fast point guard like Elena, like that makes me happy that they're willing to try to challenge us and press us, and we're really quick getting those fast breaks, so that's good.
Maranatha and Southwest Minnesota Christian play at 5 o'clock Thursday at Mariucci Arena. Ryan Iverson and I will call the game for Channel 12. You can watch it Friday morning at 10 or Friday night at 10 o'clock. And that's a look at sports for today.
All right. Thanks, John. Up next, every parent hates to watch their child struggle.
And after the break, why having children deal with struggle isn't always so bad. Well, finally, at Wayzata High School, a best-selling author helps parents get comfortable with the uncomfortable.
And basically, I'm going to help parents to just be much more patient when it comes to helping their kids to work through just everyday adversity, which so many of us struggle with.
Harlan Cohen spoke to parents Tuesday night. He wrote the book, 5 Simple Rules for High School Parents. The idea behind the book is to help parents get great at expecting the unexpected. He says it's good to let children work through their struggles. It will help them be great at transitions later in life.
We only focus on the academics in high school. You know, transition is social, emotional, physical, financial, and academic. So if we're only focusing on the academic side and we're not preparing students for the social, emotional, and even the physical, well, when they get to this next step where they're supposed to take care of themselves, how are they going to do it?
You may be familiar with Harlan's work. He wrote the New York Times bestseller, The Naked Roommate, which features advice for college students. Lots of advice there, lots of stories you always have from your college roommates or experiences
and
there.
5 rules for high school parents? Is that enough?
Seems like a few more. Probably would
5
work.
rules for high school kids.
That's all the time we have for now. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
And we'll see you back here again tomorrow, starting at 4.